Hello and welcome. I am Dean, and in this first lesson of our course we're going to lay a critical foundation. We'll be exploring a question that's fundamental to everything that we'll learn. What exactly is digital asset management? Or as you often hear it called, DAM. Now you might have heard the term DAM thrown around, perhaps in your workplace, or maybe you're completely new to it. Either way, you are in the right place. Understanding DAM isn't just about learning a new piece of software, it is about understanding a strategic approach to handling one of your organization's most valuable resources, its digital content. Think about this for a moment. How many times have you or somebody on your team struggled to find that one specific image you know exists somewhere? Or perhaps you've recreated a logo or a presentation slide because the original was lost in a sea of files, or you weren't sure if you had the latest approved version. These are common frustrations, and they are exactly what digital asset management aims to solve. So let's dive in and unpack what DAM truly means and why it is so much more than just a place to store your files. Let's start with a clear definition. Digital asset management is the process, strategy, and system used for ingesting, annotating, cataloging, storing, retrieving, and distributing digital assets in a central, secure, and accessible way. That might sound like a mouthful, so let's break it down. The term digital asset management itself gives us three components. The first one is digital. This refers to anything that exists in a binary format that can be stored and processed by a computer. We are talking about your photos, videos, audio files, design documents, presentations, spreadsheets, 3D models, basically any digital file. Second is asset. An asset is something of value. So a digital asset is a digital file that has intrinsic or potential value to an organization. That value isn't just monetary, it could be informational, creative, historical, or legal. If it is a piece of digital content that your organization uses, needs to protect, or wants to get more value from, it is likely a digital asset. And third, management. This is a crucial part. Management implies a structured approach, a strategy, processes, and often a specialized system or software to handle these assets throughout their entire life cycle. This life cycle includes everything from their creation or acquisition, through to their organization and use, all the way to their archiving or eventual deletion. So, the scope of digital asset management is broad. It is not just about storage, like putting files on a shared drive or in basic cloud storage. While storage is a component, DAM encompasses a much wider set of activities and goals. It is about creating a secure source of truth for all your valuable digital content, making it easy to find, ensuring it's used correctly, and maximizing its value across the organization. It involves people, processes, and technology working together. Think of it like a specialized library for your digital content. A library doesn't just store books, it catalogs them, makes them searchable, manages who can borrow them, and preserves them. A DAM system does the same for your digital files, but with even more sophisticated capabilities tailored to the unique challenges of digital media. So now that we have a definition, let's explore the why. What are the primary objectives or key goals of implementing digital asset management? While there are many benefits, they generally revolve around four central pillars: findability, reuse, governance, and ultimately a positive return on investment. So let's start with findability. At its core, DAM is about ensuring that the right people can access the right assets quickly and easily. This sounds simple, but as the volume of digital content explodes, findability becomes a massive challenge. How much time is wasted in your organization searching for files, sifting through confusing folder structures, guessing file names, or even asking colleagues where something might be? A DAM system dramatically improves findability through robust search capabilities. These are often powered by rich metadata, which is essentially data about your data, like keywords, descriptions, creation dates, and usage rights. It also relies on well-structured taxonomies or classification systems. Imagine needing a specific photo of your company's CEO taken at last year's conference or a press release. Without a DAM, you might be looking through folders named Conference 2024, Final Pics, or CEO, or Images New. With a DAM, you could search for CEO, Conference 2024, and Approved for Press and instantly see the relevant options. So the goal of findability is to reduce search times, eliminate frustration, and empower users to locate the assets that they need when they need them without unnecessary delays. The second key goal is reuse. Once you can find your assets, the next step is to maximize their use and reuse. Creating digital assets, especially high-quality ones, costs time and money. Think of professional photography, video production, or graphic design work. If these assets are created, used once, and then lost or forgotten, that is a significant waste of resources. DAM promotes asset reuse in several ways. Firstly, by making assets findable, as we just discussed. It ensures that existing content isn't overlooked. Why create a new image if a perfect one already exists and is approved for use? Secondly, DAM maintains brand consistency. By providing a central repository of approved brand assets like logos, templates, and imagery, you ensure that everybody in the organization is using the correct, up-to-date versions. This prevents the embarrassing and potentially damaging use of outdated or off-brand materials. So effective asset reuse facilitated by a DAM means you get more value from your initial investment in content creation. It reduces redundant work, saves money, speeds up project timelines, and helps protect your brand integrity. Our third goal is governance. Governance in a DAM context refers to the control, security, and compliant use of your digital assets. It's about setting the rules for how your assets are managed and used, and having the mechanisms in place to enforce those rules. This is incredibly important for several reasons. One major aspect is digital rights management. Many assets like stock photos, music, or talent appearances in videos come with specific licenses that dictate how, where, and for how long they can be used. Using an asset outside of these terms can lead to serious legal issues and financial penalties. A DAM system can store this rights information alongside the asset and even control distribution based on these assets. Governance also includes version control. For any creative or collaborative project, you'll have multiple versions of a file. A DAM helps manage these versions, ensuring that people are working with the latest iteration and that previous versions are accessible if needed, preventing accidental overwrites or use of outdated content. Another key element is access permissions and security. Not everybody in an organization should have access to every asset or the ability to edit or delete them. DAM systems allow for granular control over user permissions, ensuring that sensitive or confidential assets are protected and that only authorized individuals can perform certain actions. Finally, governance supports brand compliance. As we touched on with reuse, it is about making sure your brand is represented consistently and accurately across all touchpoints. Strong governance therefore mitigates risk, protects your intellectual property, ensures legal and brand compliance, and gives you peace of mind that your assets are being managed responsibly. And this brings us to our fourth and overarching key goal, achieving a positive return on investment, or ROI. Implementing a DAM system is an investment, both in terms of technology and the time that it takes to set up and get your teams using it. So naturally, organizations expect to see a return on that investment. The good news is that a well-implemented DAM delivers ROI in many ways, directly stemming from the three goals that we have just discussed. Improved findability leads to significant time savings. Less time searching means more time for productive work. And this directly translates to cost savings in terms of employee hours. Increased asset reuse means lower content creation costs, as you are not constantly reinventing the wheel. It also accelerates campaign launches and project completion, potentially leading to faster revenue generation. Strong governance reduces the risk of costly legal fees from improper asset usage. It protects your brand reputation, which has immense value, and prevents wasted resources on fixing compliance errors. So, the ROI from DAM isn't just about hard cost savings. It's also about increased efficiency, improved productivity, enhanced brand value, better collaboration, and reducing stress for your teams. It is about enabling your organization to do more with the valuable digital content it already possesses or creates. So to recap, digital asset management is a strategic approach supported by processes and often technology for managing your valuable digital content. Its key goals are to make your assets findable, promote their reuse, ensure proper governance, and deliver a strong return on investment. Understanding these core components is the essential first step on our journey. It provides the why behind our DAM. In our next lesson, we're going to build on this by looking closely at why organizations specifically need DAM, exploring the common pain points in more detail, and examining diverse use cases across different teams. Thank you for joining me for this introduction. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.